Hello, hello, and welcome. I was thinking about the ego. What is it? What does it mean? What is the ego? Why is the ego? What's your thoughts? What do you think? What's the ego? How would you describe the ego? If anyone watches and they're flowing with the video, go into the comments and then press the button so it shows the time, and you say your perspective on the ego. So you give your expression and then carry on playing the video after, and then you can hear my thoughts, and then basically you can have your own opinion and see if we have any like resonance with that thought process. And then when I check, then I can see that you wrote it before you listened to what I said, so then you shared your perspective with me too, so we both got to share our perspectives without the other one knowing the other one. So it's like we're having a conversation technically. That would be really cool. If anyone's down for that, please, I would love to do that. So the ego, what is the ego? All right, so how I've understood the ego so far, I haven't done this proper deep dive into the ego. That's what I want to do. That's what I intend to do right now, a deep dive. I want to get to the bottom of the ego. The bottom of the ego. Okay, so what is it? It's, in simple terms, the identity, right? But what's the identity? When someone says you're being egotistical, it's different than you living through your ego. If it's your ego, it's reactive. If you're reactive, right? If you're reactive, you're acting through your ego. So there's a very good pointer. This is what I learned, that as soon as you become reactive, as soon as you act without thinking, like react, literally, someone will say something to you and you'll respond so quickly, it's a reaction. It's normally got an energetical charge with it, an emotional charge with it, sorry, but sometimes we can react without having an emotional charge, which is very interesting. But if you react even without an emotional charge, maybe you're aware that there's an emotion there, maybe you're not. But the fact that you reacted is a sign that it's like, it's almost like someone just poked you, right? But, and that's why they say I hit a soft spot, because when people react, it's like, okay, there was something there. I wonder what that was, kind of thing. Well, I don't really wonder what that was, but you can do that. Anyways, I'm going off topic here. The point is, right, the ego is the part of us, it's the aspect, so we're going to call this the ego self, right? So the ego self, I just had a synchronicity connect up. It's wonderful. Guys, when you're that intentional with the time and space and things that you do, it really just starts making synchronicities. I've been like, everywhere I look, literally, I do not look at numbers or for numbers. I have seen 13 and 33 more times in one, maybe yesterday and today, the last 2 days, than I have seen in months, right? And it's not that I'm looking at the time and seeing, like, I will be outside, my battery will be low, I'll look at the battery, it will be like 12%, 13%. Or I just went to like shopping and I got my stuff and they charged me and it was £33. I'm like, really? And then I'm speaking with people and they're saying 33, or a car will drive in front of me and it's got 333 on the number plate. And I'm like, look, I don't really, I'm not really bothered for the numbers. Like, it means nothing to me. Great, wonderful, there's a synchronicity. I guess I'm just going to take it as the fact that me seeing those in complete random scenarios so frequently means I'm in alignment with myself, because if I'm in alignment with myself, maybe there's more synchronicities, because I am being shown that my actions are aligning with the expression of the universe. So, like, when you synchronize yourself, right? When you make yourself in synchronization within yourself, maybe the synchronization externally also starts to imitate and replicate. I mean, some really interesting things have been happening lately, and it seems like the universe is really just like opening the pathway for me. So I'm appreciating that as best I can. I'm in gratitude a lot of the time, most of the time. So it's wonderful. Anyways, so the ego self. Ego self is, what is it? All right. You see, you see when you think about situations that you went through, right? And you think about how it went and what you did and what you could have done differently and what they done and what they could have done differently, and you're like, when you're thinking about what could have been done differently, right? You're thinking from your ego self, right? Because you're observing the situation from a perspective of the situation. And I'm not talking about what you can do differently with your plans to work towards something. I'm talking about something that's happened, done, been, gone, and you're sitting there thinking about, maybe if I'd done it this way, then this person wouldn't have got upset, or maybe if I'd done it that way, or maybe if they done it this way, then it wouldn't have bothered me. This is like your ego, because you are perceiving the world from the perspective of this being. That's what I call the ego self. And that ego self expresses itself in many different ways, right? But the ego self's main thing seems to be sustainability of self, right? Of that aspect of self. So everyone, I don't know now, maybe the perspective has changed, but a lot of people talk about kill the ego, shut the ego down, this, that. I would recommend and suggest the complete opposite. The ego self is a self of you. It's part of you. You're not meant to suppress it or shut it down, or you're supposed to work with it, right? And learn to harmonize it and synchronize it with your intentions, because the ego self reinforces its belief system. So if you believe you're not good enough, your ego self is going to continue to remind you of that. If you believe you're good enough, your ego self is going to continue to remind you of that. And when this happens, this is like building the momentum for the conscious loops. You reverse the negatives, you find a way to undo the negative loops and bring yourself into a positive loop. And every time a negative loop comes up, consciously remember to do that. Flip it round, bring it to a positive perspective. And every time you do it, you're breaking down the momentum that has built up in the negative aspect, and you're starting to slow it down, and eventually you can reverse it into a positive, and then your ego's thinking, your thought processes will now be for the benefit of your intentions, to better who you are, to help you to align with who you are, not who you have been told you are, because you're not. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. Yeah, you're good at things. You're intelligent. You're confident. You're brave. You're loving. You're beautiful. Like, don't let anybody or anything make you tell yourself you're not those things, because as soon as you start telling it to yourself, it starts being real. But it only becomes real for you. Other people don't see you the way you see you. They see you the way they see you. And that depends on their thinking. Do they judge? Do they accept? Are they loving? Are they considerate? So, the ego self is very much a mental thing in my experience. I think that pretty much simplified it, right? That makes sense. I like it. Cool. Let me know what you think, guys.